Hey! All right, welcome back to the channel. Look, Mom, I'm on TV! Right, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Jimmy Flippin' Diz. Thank you so much for joining me. Last time I talked to y'all, just a couple days ago, I told you that I had a shipping container on the way. Matter of fact, it was supposed to be here day before yesterday, in fact, I believe. Yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday. And nevertheless, it didn't show up. They called me, they canceled, they rescheduled. Hopefully tomorrow, hopefully. I did call the actual website, the telephone number on the website. I got a hold of the people. They say it's coming. We'll see whether or not I'm fighting my credit card to get my money back or whether they're going to deliver as promised. But they say it'll come in at 3 o'clock tomorrow. They say that the driver will give me a call at 10 a.m. To catch those up that are new to the channel or have missed an episode. I am getting a 40-foot shipping container to help my eBay business grow a little bit. I do need some additional square footage, and I run a small store. 330 square foot would give me a good quarter to a third of what I currently operate in now. So a 30% increase. It's a phenomenal little jump for me. But anyways, on to the rest of it. As of yesterday, I got a notification from Shopify, and this is an ongoing thing now apparently. They put my Shopify payments on hold because they want invoices for all 700 products that I currently have. They put 5 or 6 as an example and said any trademark stuff they now want invoices for. They're pulling an Amazon. They zeroed basically my whole account and said they wanted either that or I'm no longer going to be able to do Shopify payments. They even threatened to, what was the word they called? Basically ban my account. And I don't know if they meant ban my Shopify website account or ban the Shopify payments. Now, I got with them and I told them I'm absolutely not going to give them who I buy from. I'm just not doing that. For one, because I don't keep hundreds and hundreds of receipts. I use my credit cards for my taxes, and I don't keep all the papers. I tried to my first year, and with them sitting in the car, most of them are unreadable anyway since they're printed on thermal paper. But it's not receipts they're after invoices. Same way that Amazon is after invoices to find who your suppliers are. Because I believe Shopify and Amazon are now together. Go figure, right? If they can't do it one way, they're going to do it the other. Other than that, they do, you know, the whole conspiracy theory side of it says that some of the brands that I sell their product, my products that they created and sold, which I bought legally, right? They don't like me selling those products, and since they pay them tens of thousands of dollars a month, and I pay them a few $100s a year, all of a sudden they're going to give me problems on selling my stuff as new at any rate. Even though I am a business, I bought it for resale purposes. It's never been used and it's never reached an end sale. Those are all definitions of being new, by the way. That they do not like the term of me selling it as new. So, at any rate, frustrating as all of this is, I put a disclaimer on my website, and I canceled Shopify payments, by the way, and I got a sale on my website after all of this and that I'm coming to, which I actually think added to the conversion rate. So fantastic. It's funny how things work that you think is going to be against you and then it tends to work for you. Nevertheless, I canceled Shopify payments. I'm now using a third party. I don't know if that's going to be good enough. In addition to that, I put a disclaimer on the top of my website that said, because they didn't seem to have a problem if I labeled things as used or not new. So I put a disclaimer on the landing page of my website now that says, welcome to Jamestown. For those of y'all that don't know, www.jamestowntrading.com. And by the way, on that, the coupon code YouTube will get you 10% off. Moving on. Anyway, on the front of the website, welcome to Jamestown. The big name brands do not like me selling the products that their retailers and distributors sold me. They don't like me using the word new, and rather than fighting over the usage of the word new, please consider all my items to be collectibles or pre-owned. If they are collectibles, please know that they are in their original packaging. They are unused. They still have the manufacturer's tags on them, and they are just as good as the day that they were made. However, if they say pre-owned, then please look at the description to see the actual condition of the item. Now the legalities are out of the way, and hopefully they are out of the way. Now the legalities are out of the way, welcome to Jamestown. I think it's cool. I think it adds a little, I don't know about street cred. That's not the right word, but that's the kind of vibe, that a trading company has, a disclaimer that a trading company ought to put on their stuff. I know I've heard that kind of verbiage from other companies in the past. We can't name the brands, but we got them, that kind of deal. So super cool on that. And I did get a sale this afternoon, which is not normal on my website. Hold on. Anyway, I am a six-figure seller between all e-commerce platforms, right? With my eyes and goals set on $250,000 by this time next year. That being said, of over $100,000 worth of money's coming in the last year, right? Literally $170 has come from my website. It is in its all actuality, although it looks sweet, it looks nice. I got to leave it plugged in. My phone's about to die. At any rate, although it looks nice and it's ego boost, and I think eventually a standalone website is where it's at. And the standalone is becoming more and more evident. Besides that, it's just the inventory management of it, and theirs worked a little bit better than GoDaddy's. The ability to upload pictures is faster through Shopify, no kidding. But if you can't sell anybody's product without being an authorized distributor, I tried to be an authorized distributor for the Dickies brand, right? And in order to be an authorized distributor of the Dickies brand, which they have a parent company, I forget the name of, but case in point, they wanted me to move $50,000 a year wholesale of their product in order to be an authorized retailer. Or an authorized reseller, excuse me. So, for the average startup company to have any kind of catalog at all is ridiculous. And I'm not the typical reseller. I sell a lot of, and that may be me wanting to be terminally unique. I don't know, but most people seem to do it on eBay and Amazon. The website is not quite the way that everybody rolls. Now I do those, and I do just about every major platform in America, but the standalone websites always seemed appealing, and apparently they're giving me issues with that where I almost want to turn the whole thing off. I've looked at borrowing servers. I've looked at, or by renting them, I've looked at, like becoming my own company, my own website, like my own literally standalone. But then there's still probably somebody you got to answer to. But nevertheless, like I said, over $100,000 a year in revenue, less than $200 in a year on Shopify. The website's cool. It really is. The way their platform is, the way the inventory management is, but the actual benefit of it has been virtually nothing outside of their inventory management, which in all honesty, QuickBooks, I believe, if I were a little bit more versed on Excel or Google spreadsheets, I could probably do the same thing that I do on Shopify and not pay $300 a month. But it's got a nice layout, it's got a nice feel. There are good things, and that's the reason I say $300 a month. I'm not paying $300 a month, a little over $300 a year. And it is nice when things sell, because whether or not I use Shopify payments, or whether I use a third party of any, whether it be you name it, they take like 2-3%. It's still far better on those sales than when I sell on eBay or Amazon or you name it, rather than paying 15-20%. Even Mercari is what, like 12 plus 3 or something, call it 15 or 13 and a half, however you want to call it, but call it 15. 3%'s a lot better. So I do like it when things hit. The other day I had $100 sale on there, and I gave away $3. I mean, that's cool, but with all the problems and the audacity, in all honesty, of Shopify wanting, and I don't even know that receipts are what would be considered acceptable, because I said receipt and then they said invoice, and then I said receipt and they said invoice. Like, I mean, just for instance, right? If you bought a car from Ford or Chevy or Tesla and you bought it brand new, matter of fact, you were licensed by the state to sell cars, you bought it brand new, it ended up on a tow truck, never even drove, never used, is what I'm trying to say. To have Ford or Chevy have the ability to say that you can't sell it, whether it be for profit or for loss, that you can't sell it as new, is ridiculous. For them to say, hey, I want to know where you bought it and how much you paid for it, is absolutely absurd. They said, well, how do we know it's authentic? I said, well, how do I know you're an authentic Shopify employee? Why don't you send me your paycheck stub? I said, well, what? Like that's ridiculous. I said, so is this. You're basically wanting to know where I get paid. So, the fight is real today. And we'll see where it ends up, because they're talking about possibly disabling my account. Now, I don't know, like I say, if that's disabling my shop payments or disabling my entire account. I did put the disclaimer on there saying that things are not new, they're just in unused condition in their original packaging, with all the tags and everything else on there, but they're not new. Hopefully that appeases them. I'll let you know tomorrow, and hopefully I can tell you about the container tomorrow, and hopefully by the time y'all see me next, I won't have these big things in the back. Hopefully they'll be up and away, and hopefully you've heard enough hopefullys for the day. So hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye.